The message came through every channel at once. Radio, satellite, subspace, even the old emergency frequencies that hadn't been used in a century. Every corner of space heard it. Every ship, every colony, every alien empire, this is Earth, stand down. Or see what we're truly capable of. No one believed it at first. Earth was supposed to be finished, a burned world, ruined by its own wars and stripped for resources by alien scavengers. The great empires of the Orion Arm had written humanity off centuries ago. But the voice in that transmission was calm, cold, confident. It didn't sound like a dying species. On the command deck of the Vrax Dominion dreadnought, Admiral Karth watched the transmission replay. The human voice echoed through the metal chamber again. He sneered. Empty threats. The Terrans have no fleet, no colonies. They're ghosts. But the junior officer beside him looked uneasy. Sir, the transmission carried an encryption signature from the old Sol Defense Network. That system was destroyed in the Purge Wars 400 years ago. Impossible, Karth snapped. No human tech survived that long. Still deep inside, a small part of him wasn't so sure. Far away, hidden in the shadows of Saturn's rings, Commander Elise Grant watched the alien dreadnought fleets gather on her tactical map. Thousands of warships from 5 different empires all converging on Earth's orbit. Her face was pale, but her eyes were steady. They think we're weak, she said quietly. Let them come. Beside her, the old AI core, Athena, hummed to life. Its holographic form shimmered in the air, a woman made of light and data. They will not stop until Earth is ash, the AI said. Protocol 7 is still active. Are you certain you want to use it? Elise took a deep breath. Activate it. If they want to see what we're capable of, let's show them. In the black void between Mars and Jupiter, the fleet of the fallen nations began to wake. Rows of massive ships, silent for centuries, came alive as dormant reactors flared with blue light. Engines roared. Hulls glowed with old Terran markings. UNS Atlas, UNS Vengeance, UNS Horizon. Each ship carried the mark of a dead world, a lost nation. Together they had slept under the ice for generations, waiting for this moment. Now they rose again. Admiral Karth received the first report 6 hours later. Unknown contacts emerging near the asteroid belt. Numbers increasing, hundreds of vessels, possibly thousands. He frowned. Classification? The sensor officer's voice shook. Old Terran design, sir, but upgraded. Much stronger than before. Static filled the channel for a second before another officer screamed. One of them just vaporized the Zevik cruiser group. 3 ships gone in one shot. Karth turned toward the main screen and saw it. An ancient Terran dreadnought cutting through his fleet like a predator through glass. Its hull was blackened with age, but its weapons burned brighter than any modern design. Then came the message again, this time broadcast directly to his ship. This is Commander Elise Grant of Earth Command. You invaded our home once. You will not do so again. Stand down, or be erased. Across the galaxy, millions watched the unfolding battle in silent disbelief. The species that had once begged for mercy was now fighting like a cornered beast. Old myths resurfaced. Stories of humans who had burned their own skies to deny victory to invaders, who had turned death itself into a weapon. The Dominion, the Krell, the Vorn, all of them remembered how the Terrans had once fought. And fear began to spread. Inside her command center beneath the ruins of London, Elise monitored the battle feeds. Her crew, descendants of the few who had survived the Purge, worked in silence, every move precise. They had trained their entire lives for this day. Athena's voice echoed softly. Enemy reinforcements are 2 hours out. Our advantage will not last, Elise nodded. Then we make it count. Begin Phase 2. In orbit, the stars themselves seemed to move. Massive orbital cannons hidden within the debris field powered on. Their energy signatures flared across the system. One by one, they locked onto enemy ships. The sky turned white. Thousands of alien warships were obliterated in seconds. The shockwave rippled all the way to Neptune. Karth's ship was thrown into chaos. Consoles exploded, alarms blared, and hull plating tore apart. He looked up at the viewport and saw the impossible. The Terran fleet wasn't just defending, they were advancing. Elise watched the feed in silence. Her expression didn't change, but her hands trembled slightly. Athena, she whispered. Send the message to all fleets. The AI flickered. Message ready. Elise stared at the screen for a long moment, then spoke in a low, steady voice. To all who hear this is Earth. We are not extinct. We are not broken. We are awake. Leave our skies or see what we are truly capable of. The message spread across the stars, and in that moment, for the first time in centuries, the galaxy remembered why humanity was feared. The galaxy was burning. After centuries of silence, Earth had risen, and no one could understand how. Admiral Karth's fleet, once the pride of the Dominion, was now scattered debris floating between Mars and Jupiter. The great alien warlord stared in disbelief at the glowing wreckage on his view screen. Half his armada gone. How is this possible? He whispered. No one dared answer. His officers looked terrified. They had all grown up hearing stories of human brutality, old legends told to scare soldiers into obedience. But none of them believed those stories were real. Until now. Far below, under the ruins of London, Commander Elise Grant stood in the command bunker. She was exhausted, her uniform stained with dust and blood, but her eyes still burned with cold determination. Athena, the ancient AI that guided her, projected tactical maps in mid-air. Dozens of blue Terran icons blinked across the solar system, each one a hidden warship rising from centuries of sleep. The first wave was successful, Athena reported. But the Dominion is regrouping. Reinforcements from the Krell Alliance and the Vorn Collective are already entering the system. Elise exhaled slowly. Then they'll see what happens when you corner a human. The AI paused. You're activating Phase 3, aren't you? Elise looked at the cracked wall where an old Earth flag still hung, tattered but unbroken. Yes, she said quietly. It's time. On Titan, deep beneath the frozen methane seas, a buried facility began to stir. The lights flickered to life one by one as enormous machines powered up. Inside a sealed vault, rows of massive steel capsules lined the walls. Inside each capsule slept something ancient, something built during Earth's final war. The label on the first capsule read, Project Hyperion, Humanity's Last Shield. Gears turned. Locks disengaged. The capsule hissed open. Inside was a man, or what had once been one. Cybernetic armor fused to his bones. His eyes glowed faintly blue as they opened after 400 years of darkness. He whispered his first words in centuries. Is it time? Athena's voice echoed through the chamber. Yes, Captain Ryan, Earth calls once more. Meanwhile, in orbit above Earth, alien ships regrouped for a second assault. The Krell flagship, a mountain-sized vessel of black steel, positioned itself at the edge of the moon's shadow. General Tazek, leader of the Krell, turned to his lieutenants. The Terrans are using old war relics, impressive but primitive. We'll burn them from orbit before they charge their cannons again. His second-in-command nodded. The Dominion demands our full cooperation. We will crush them swiftly. But just as their weapons powered up, every Krell screen went dark, static, silence. Then, a human face appeared, cold and expressionless. It was Captain Ryan. You should have left us in peace, he said. Now you'll learn why we stopped fearing death long ago. The transmission cut out. A moment later, the Krell flagship's engines imploded. An invisible pulse spread from the moon's surface, slicing through ship after ship with surgical precision. No explosions, no fire, just silence. The Krell fleet was gone. On Earth, Commander Elise stood motionless, watching the data feed. Hyperion units confirmed active, Athena said. Casualties on enemy side, 90%. Elise closed her eyes. They'll think it's over. Let them, the AI hesitated. You're hiding something from me, Commander. What is Project Ares? Elise gave a small, bitter smile. Insurance. The one thing they'll never expect. Light years away, in the Vorn capital, chaos erupted. Alien diplomats shouted across the Grand Chamber, demanding answers. How can Earth still exist? One roared. They had no fleets, no colonies. Another screamed. At the center of the hall, the ancient Vorn Emperor slammed his claws against the table. Do you fools not understand? He growled. We never destroyed them. We only made them angry. Silence filled the chamber. Send everything, the Emperor ordered. Every warship we have. If Earth rises, the galaxy falls. Hours later, as Earth's defenses recharged, Elise and her crew finally had a moment to breathe. The room was quiet except for the low hum of generators. One of her officers, young and scared, looked up from his console. Ma'am, he said softly, Why didn't we fight back sooner? We had this power all along. Elise's eyes softened. Because we were tired of fighting. Humanity wanted peace. But peace means nothing to those who only understand fear. She walked to the viewport. The stars shimmered above the ruined skyline. They came to conquer our home, she whispered. Now they'll see the price. Athena's voice echoed gently. Incoming transmission from the Vorn fleet. Elise turned. Put it through. The screen flickered. A monstrous alien with obsidian skin appeared. This is Emperor Koresh of the Vorn Collective. You have made your point, human. Surrender your weapons and we may let your species live. Elise didn't blink. You made the same offer to my ancestors. You burned our cities and called it peace. Never again, Koresh's lip curled. Then you will die screaming. The screen went dark. Elise turned to Athena. How long until they reach Earth? 2 hours. Then let's make them remember. As the Vorn Armada entered the solar system, Earth's night sky filled with streaks of fire. Thousands of alien ships descended like a metal storm. In the command bunker, alarms blared. Elise stood tall, her voice steady as steel. All units, prepare for planetary defense. Activate orbital shields. Deploy Hyperion units to Mars and Luna sectors. She paused, looking up at the ceiling toward the sky she might never see again. Athena, she said quietly, send one final message to the stars. The AI's holographic eyes flickered. Message ready, Elise nodded. Then broadcast. Her voice spread across every frequency once more. This is Earth Command. We offered peace. You chose war. Now you'll see what happens when humanity stops holding back. In the cold void of space, the Vorn fleet advanced, and deep beneath the Earth, Project Ares began to wake. The ground trembled. Power surged. For the first time in 400 years, the true heart of humanity's power opened its eyes. The sleeping giant was no longer asleep. The first shockwave hit the Vorn Armada before it even reached Mars. A pulse of invisible energy swept through space, tearing through the lead ships. Lights blinked out, engines died, and colossal warships drifted helplessly in orbit. The remnants of the fleet scrambled to respond, firing blindly, hoping to find the source. They found nothing. On Earth, Commander Elise Grant watched the readings with grim satisfaction. Phase 1 successful, she said. Her voice was calm, but her heart raced. Every pulse of energy was measured, every strike precise. No civilians had been lost, at least not yet. Athena's holographic form flickered beside her. The Vorn fleet is reorienting. Reinforcements from the Krell and Dominion are converging on Jupiter's orbit. Their combined forces may exceed anything we've encountered. Elise rubbed her eyes. Then we make them see what humanity really is. Deploy Hyperion units to intercept and wake the rest of Project Ares. Deep beneath the Mariana Trench, massive subterranean chambers trembled as dormant machines roared to life. Rows of Ares units, colossal humanoid war machines fused with human DNA and AI consciousness, powered up one by one. Each one bore the mark of Earth, tattered flags, old military insignias, scars from wars long past. Their awakening caused tremors across the oceans, rising tsunamis that no one could explain. Coastal colonies thought earthquakes had returned. But this was no natural disaster. It was humanity reclaiming its place among the stars. Captain Ryan, the cybernetic soldier awakened from Project Hyperion, stepped out of his capsule. His armor glinted in the dim light, blue energy lines running across his chest and limbs. Ready for deployment, he said. His voice carried authority and an unshakable calm. Athena's voice resonated through the chamber. Coordinates set for orbital defense. Your actions will determine the outcome of this engagement. Ryan nodded, gripping his energy rifle. Let's remind them why Earth was never conquered. Above Earth, the alien fleets massed. Thousands of ships, each larger than Earth itself, cast shadows over the planet like a living storm. They believed Earth's defenses would crumble. They thought humans were weak. They were wrong. From orbit, enormous Terran dreadnoughts emerged from hidden asteroid bases, firing ancient but refined plasma cannons. Explosions erupted across the alien fleets, tearing ships apart before they could fire. Then, from beneath the oceans, the first Ares units launched into orbit on electromagnetic catapults, faster than any alien vessel could intercept. Massive, unstoppable, each one a fusion of man, machine, and ancient technology. Rian led the charge, cutting through enemy ships like a blade through silk. Every shot was precise, every movement calculated. The alien fleets didn't know whether to fear him or worship him. Admiral Karth, barely alive after the initial attack, watched his fleet crumble from orbit. He gritted his teeth, fury and disbelief battling within him. Impossible! They shouldn't exist. They've been dead for centuries. His communications officer whispered, "Sir, it's not just the fleet. Reports indicate massive energy discharges on the surface, cities reactivated, weapon systems online. Humans are everywhere." Karth's hands shook. They can't. But they could. On Earth, Elise and her command crew coordinated every strike, every defense. The old war bunkers had become strategic nerve centers. Satellites long forgotten were reactivated. Drones swarmed across the skies. Humans, machines, and AI worked together seamlessly. Athena's voice was steady, almost serene. "The enemy is regrouping near Jupiter. They have learned nothing from the first wave. Estimated losses 75%. Probability of complete defeat 92%. Elise's lips curved into a small, grim smile. "Then it's time for Phase 3. Send the orbital pulse network online. Make them feel the weight of humanity itself." In orbit, the alien warlords realized they were trapped. No retreat, no mercy, no negotiation. The humans weren't fighting for survival. They were reclaiming what was theirs. The orbital pulse network activated. A massive, shimmering energy dome enveloped the planet. Every alien ship caught within it experienced something terrifying. Their weapons failed. Their engines shut down. And their crews felt an overwhelming sense of fear and awe, as if Earth itself was alive, judging them. For the first time, the aliens understood the old legends were true. Humans were not just survivors. They were predators, hunters who had mastered death itself. Captain Ryan descended from orbit in his Ares unit, landing in the ruins of Paris. The ground shook with every step. His team followed, Hyperion units fully armed and ready. A squadron of Vorn Marines approached. They fired, but bullets bounced harmlessly off Ryan's armor. With a single swing of his energy blade, their ranks were shredded. Others fled, screaming as the humans advanced. On the surface, humanity was alive, united, unstoppable. In the skies above, Elise observed every battle, every maneuver. Her eyes were tired, but her resolve never faltered. "They came for our extinction," she whispered. "They will leave only in fear." Athena projected a final hologram for the fleet. "Commander, the enemy flagship has activated self-destruction protocols. They are aware of defeat." Elise nodded, her hands clasped behind her back. "Then let them remember why humanity was never conquered." The alien flagship exploded, sending a shockwave across space. Dozens of ships nearby were destroyed instantly. On Earth, silence fell for a moment. The humans had not celebrated, they never did. The galaxy would remember this day, yes, but humanity would continue to fight, continue to survive, continue to rise. Elise turned to Athena. "Send the message." The AI nodded. The broadcast reached every corner of known space. "This is Earth, you were warned. Humanity will not kneel. We are awake and we are unbroken. Stand down or see what we are truly capable of." Stars flickered with light as alien fleets fled in panic. But deep inside the cosmos, whispers of fear spread. Humanity was not done. Not by a long shot. Below the ocean, more Ares units powered up. Humanity had only begun to awaken. The galaxy was changing. No empire had expected humanity to rise like this. No fleet had prepared for the deadliest species in the Orion Arm to awaken from centuries of hiding. Yet here they were, Earth's forces, moving with precision, power, and unrelenting purpose. Above Saturn, the Vorn and Krell fleets gathered for one final assault. Thousands of ships, larger than cities, bristling with weapons, ready to annihilate Earth. But they were already too late. Commander Elise Grant's eyes glimmered as she observed the fleets on her tactical display. "Enemy forces are converging faster than predicted," Athena reported. "Estimated casualties for our side if we engage conventionally, 50%. Elise shook her head. "We don't fight conventionally." She pressed a few controls. Hidden bases across the solar system activated, releasing swarms of drones and Hyperion units. Let them bring everything they have. Humanity doesn't hide from war. We reshape it. On Titan, deep within the old Terran war chambers, Captain Ryan activated Project Ares fully. Hundreds of colossal humanoid machines stirred. each one taller than skyscrapers, each armed with weapons humanity had promised never to use again. When they rose, the ground quaked. Mountains crumbled. Oceans trembled. Humanity was awakening, not as soldiers but as giants. Ryan's voice echoed across the neural network connecting every Ares unit. Deploy, no mercy. Defend our home. In orbit above Earth, the alien fleets hesitated as the first wave of Ares units launched into space, each step sending shockwaves through the void. The Krell flagship fired blindly, destroying several units, but for each Ares that fell, 2 more took its place. They moved faster, struck harder, and adapted instantly to every attack. Admiral Karth realized too late that old strategies meant nothing here. Humanity did not fight like anyone else. They were chaos incarnate, yet terrifyingly precise. On the surface of Earth, cities long abandoned burst into activity. Ancient orbital cannons fired, plasma turrets roared to life, and energy shields wrapped the planet in a protective bubble. Elise walked among her crew, calm yet commanding. Every soldier knew the stakes. Every AI and human unit worked in harmony. The battle was not just for survival, it was for legacy. Athena's voice rang through the command center. The enemy flagship has attempted to breach the asteroid defense ring near Jupiter. Estimated destruction if unopposed, planetary scale. Elise's eyes narrowed. Then we give them the first taste of true humanity. Launch orbital interceptors. Fire the Tesla-class arrays. Make them wish they never came. Above Jupiter, alien ships found themselves trapped. Invisible barriers blocked escape. Energy pulses tore through their weapons. Their weapons failed, engines exploded, and communication systems were scrambled. The Vorn Emperor, watching from his command bridge, roared in fury. What is this sorcery? They are not just fighting, they are unseen everywhere. Karth's remaining fleet panicked. It's everywhere. Everywhere. Their power, it's impossible. From the shadow of Ganymede, Ryan and his Ares unit struck. They moved faster than any conventional fleet, destroying the lead vessels, dismantling the engines, and cutting communication arrays. Ships were tossed like toys in zero gravity. On Earth, Elise monitored every strike, her face pale but determined. She turned to her youngest officer, barely 16, who had been trembling since the first alien attack. "Do you understand now?" she asked. The boy nodded, tears in his eyes. "Yes, ma'am. Humanity never dies. It fights back stronger than anything else." Elise smiled faintly. "Then we remind them." She activated a final command. Across the solar system, dormant satellites fired coordinated energy bursts, striking enemy ships simultaneously. Explosions erupted across Saturn's orbit, shaking moons and scattering fleets. Alien ships disintegrated in seconds. The galaxy had never seen anything like it, but the victory was not complete. In the outer rim, a hidden fleet of Krell reinforcements emerged from hyperspace. Thousands of unknown vessels, cloaked, faster than anything in the inner system. Athena's warning came instantly. "Commander, we have unknown reinforcements approaching. They are far beyond our current sensors. Estimated arrival, 30 minutes. Elise clenched her fists. "Then we don't wait. Prepare the next phase." From beneath the ocean floor, the final Ares units rose. These were not weapons. They were living titans infused with human DNA, AI, and ancient Terran technology. The largest, named Hyperion Prime, was over 2 kilometers tall, its energy core glowing like a star. It rose from the Pacific, sending waves across Asia and Australia. Ryan's voice echoed from inside the neural link. "All units deploy. Earth is not done. Let them remember the power of those they thought were weak." In orbit, the alien fleets faced a reality they had never imagined. No matter how many ships they sent, Earth's defenders adapted instantly. Every attack was countered, every maneuver anticipated. Fear spread among the alien commanders like wildfire. The Vorn Emperor clenched his claws. "They are
gods," he whispered.
impossible. It cannot be." Back on Earth, Elise activated a galactic broadcast. Her voice, calm yet commanding, spread across the void. "This is Earth Command. You were warned. You invaded our home. You destroyed our cities. You burned our ancestors. Humanity is not weak. Humanity is not extinct. Leave our stars, or face the true cost of your aggression." Her eyes scanned the screen, showing the alien fleets in disarray. Ships exploded. Engines failed. Pilots abandoned their posts. Humanity was no longer fighting for survival. It was fighting for respect, for fear, for legend. Athena projected a final alert. "Commander, enemy forces are attempting evacuation. They are scattering." Elise shook her head. "No, they will remember this day. Every empire that has dared attack Earth will know that we are unbroken." As the Ares units moved forward, and Hyperion Prime led the charge, Earth's night sky lit with the energy of a civilization reclaiming its power. For the first time in centuries, humanity looked outward and smiled. The war was far from over. But now the galaxy knew. Earth had awoken. The galaxy trembled under the awakening of humanity. No one had seen power like this in centuries. Entire fleets were destroyed in hours. Worlds that had once feared humanity now whispered legends about them. And yet, Commander Elise Grant knew the fight was far from over. Above Saturn, the Krell and Vorn fleets were in disarray. Their losses were catastrophic. But somewhere in the darkness of deep space, a massive armada waited, cloaked, silent, and faster than anything Earth had seen. Athena's voice cut through the tension. "Commander, unknown forces have entered the outer rim. Sensor readings indicate advanced technology, possibly beyond our understanding. They are preparing to engage." Elise's jaw tightened. "Then we don't wait. Prepare all fleets. Activate Hyperion Prime and Project Ares fully. Humanity will face the galaxy as one." From the depths of the Pacific, Hyperion Prime's core pulsed like a heartbeat. Captain Rian, linked to every Ares unit, raised his energy blade toward the sky. "Deploy all units," he commanded. "We fight not just for Earth, but for all who dared underestimate humanity. Let them see our strength." The Ares units surged across oceans, mountains, and cities. Their sheer presence caused tremors across the globe. Humanity was no longer hidden. It was everywhere, unstoppable, immortal in spirit. In orbit, alien warships braced for the onslaught. The cloaked armada revealed itself. Thousands of ships, larger than planets, bristling with weapons that seemed to distort reality itself. Their presence made even veteran commanders uneasy. General Koresh of the Vorn hissed, "They are awake." "But so are we. Let the galaxy tremble at their final hour." Admiral Karth, barely alive after previous defeats, spat in rage. "Humanity will burn. Every ship, every planet. They cannot stop us." They could not know what humanity had prepared. Elise activated a solar network pulse, a system long hidden across Mars, Venus, and the Moon. The solar arrays focused the energy of the sun itself into concentrated beams, striking alien ships in orbit. The attack was devastating. Vessels disintegrated instantly. Metal vaporized before it could hit the ground. Ryan led the ground forces, targeting enemy reinforcements as they attempted landings. Hyperion Prime crushed enemy siege engines while other Ares units defended key cities. Each strike was precise, each movement coordinated. The aliens realized too late that the humans were everywhere at once. Meanwhile, a mysterious signal reached Elise's command center. It was unlike anything the crew had ever heard. Soft, melodic, almost human, yet impossible to locate. Athena analyzed it instantly. "Commander, the signal originates from beyond the galactic rim. Unknown origin. Technology surpasses anything in our database. They appear neutral." Elise frowned. "Neutral? Or waiting to see who wins?" Athena projected a holographic display. "If allied, they could turn the tide completely. If hostile, we are in immediate danger. Probability of survival without their intervention, 50%. Elise's eyes narrowed. "Then we contact them. Prepare a diplomatic transmission. Humanity speaks, not as victims, but as equals." In deep space, the alien fleets continued their attacks, unaware that humanity was no longer fighting for survival alone. Satellites fired precision beams, Hyperion units intercepted boarding parties, and orbital pulse networks disabled weaponry faster than the enemy could react. The battlefield had become a symphony of destruction. Energy beams lit up the void. Massive explosions shook moons, and yet humans moved like ghosts, unseen, untouchable, unstoppable. Captain Ryan's voice echoed through the neural network. "Commander, enemy flagship attempting hyperspace escape. They will warn reinforcements. We cannot let them survive," Elise nodded. "Then intercept. Deploy Ares units to the outer rim. Humanity cannot allow fear to return." The Hyperion units moved with unstoppable force, tearing through alien vessels, cutting off retreat paths, and dismantling engines with surgical precision. Even the largest warships were no match. Back at the command center, Elise received the first reply from the mysterious signal. A single phrase appeared on every display. Humans, we have been waiting. Stand with us or face oblivion. Athena analyzed the incoming fleet. Commander, this civilization is billions of years ahead of ours in technology. Their weapons can destroy entire star systems. Alliance could secure Earth's safety indefinitely. Elise took a deep breath. Then we do it. Humanity does not fight alone, but we do not surrender either. Prepare to hail them. Make first contact, the alien fleets faltered. They had expected humanity to die, to collapse, to be a footnote in history. They were wrong. The Vorn Emperor's fleet wavered. Koresh's forces panicked. The Krell Armada attempted to flee, but escape routes were blocked. Humanity had fought back with every tool at its disposal. Earth was alive, awake, and nothing would stop it. Elise activated the communication beacon. The deep space fleet materialized, a radiant assembly of ships glowing with energy, faster than thought. The mysterious civilization projected their presence across the galaxy, their massive fleet dwarfing even the largest alien armadas. Elise spoke, her voice calm yet commanding. This is Earth. We are no longer weak. We are not extinct. We stand and we fight for every star, every soul, every life. We offer alliance or witness humanity's full power. The fleet shimmered, their response unknown. Athena projected a final note. Commander, this may be the turning point of galactic history. Every empire that attacks Earth from now on will remember today, and humanity will not forgive. Elise nodded. Her eyes scanned the stars. Then let them remember. The war had reached a tipping point. Humanity had awakened fully. The galaxy would never forget. The galaxy held its breath. Every empire that had once sneered at Earth now trembled. Entire fleets had been destroyed. Worlds had been scarred. Humanity had risen from ashes and silence to claim its rightful place among the stars. But the war was not yet over. In the void beyond Pluto, the mysterious fleet hovered, radiant and immense. Ships shimmered with energy fields beyond comprehension. Every weapon and shield was superior to anything humanity had ever seen. Their arrival had turned the tide of the war before the final battle even began. Elise Grant stood in the command bunker beneath the ruins of New York, her face calm, yet her mind raced. This is it, she whispered. The moment the galaxy will remember. Humanity stands not alone, but united with those who see reason. Athena's hologram glimmered beside her. They are offering full alliance, Commander, but they demand demonstration of our strength as equals. Elise nodded. Then we give them a show they cannot forget. From the oceans, mountains, and underground bunkers, every remaining Ares unit, Hyperion unit, and Hyperion Prime itself prepared for deployment. The world trembled under their weight. Humanity's living machines, fused with AI and human will, surged into orbit. Captain Ryan led the charge. All units follow the plan. Show the galaxy what humanity is capable of. Without mercy, without hesitation. The humans did not wait. They struck. Above Earth, the alien fleets had regrouped for one last assault. Every Vorn, Krell, and Dominion ship had converged, hoping to crush Earth in a final desperate strike. But the humans had already anticipated it. Orbital pulse arrays fired. Hyperion units intercepted boarding vessels. Satellites, once long dormant, launched focused energy beams that disintegrated enemy hulls before they could fire. Ships were tossed like toys, shattered by invisible forces. Even the most massive flagships fell to Earth's defenders. Every strike was measured, precise, and deadly. Humanity had not only fought back, they had become the predators. In the middle of the chaos, the mysterious fleet approached Earth's orbit. Their ships glowed like stars, each one larger than a planet. Elise's voice cut through the comms. This is Commander Elise Grant of Earth Command. You have seen humanity's power. We fight for our home, our people, and our legacy. Join us as equals, or leave our stars forever. The alien fleet responded with a burst of light projecting their form across space. They were beings of pure energy, massive, intelligent, and ancient. A single phrase resonated in every mind connected to Earth's neural networks. We have waited for you. Now together, we are unstoppable. The final battle began. A combined force of humans and allies struck the alien fleets with unimaginable force. Hyperion Prime led the charge. tearing through the enemy flagship like it was paper. Ares units struck simultaneously, dismantling engines, weaponry, and shields in seconds. Captain Ryan and his squad moved with surgical precision, neutralizing boarding parties, hacking enemy systems, and turning alien technology against its users. For the first time in history, humans fought as legends, giants moving across the galaxy with unstoppable will. On the command floor, Elise watched as fleets disintegrated in waves. She did not celebrate. Every victory carried a lesson. Every strike reminded the galaxy humanity was awake. Humanity was not to be underestimated. Athena's voice rang softly. Commander, all major enemy fleets have been neutralized. Estimated casualties, minimal for Earth forces. The galaxy will not forget this day. Elise nodded, scanning the stars. Not forgotten. And not forgiven either. Humanity remembers all, forgives none. Let the message spread. Her voice carried across space, transmitted through every frequency, every network, every signal humanity could reach. This is Earth. You were warned. You invaded our home. You burned our cities. Humanity will not kneel. Humanity will not die. We are awake. We are unbroken. Leave our stars or face the full power of what we are capable of. The alien fleets retreated, broken and fearful. The remaining empires sent messages of surrender, pledging neutrality. Humans had fought not only for survival, they had reclaimed their place in the galaxy, but Earth did not rest. On every continent, humans rebuilt, repaired, and prepared for the future. Ares units patrolled borders. Satellites monitored space. Humanity had awakened fully, and now they were vigilant. Captain Ryan returned to Earth, his armor scarred but unbroken. He walked past Hyperion Prime, nodding respectfully at Elise. "We did it," he said simply. Elise smiled faintly, her eyes scanning the horizon where stars met Earth's atmosphere. "Yes," she said, "but this is only the beginning. Humanity is awake. Humanity will rise, and the galaxy will never forget the day we stood." Athena's hologram flickered. "Commander, the mysterious fleet wishes to meet in person. Alliance is proposed." Elise turned, her expression calm but fierce. "Then let them see what humanity is truly capable of, not just in war, but in unity." The galaxy had been warned. Humanity had awakened, and nothing would ever be the same again. The end